facilities to start off with. Great on-campus facility, short game and indoor. Moving a little bit further north was frightening, but at the same time, when you have indoor facilities with simulators and hitting bays and a putting green, it really makes a difference with how much you can develop a team when you're in an area where it could get inclement weather. The on-campus facility is a great short game facility. It gives us an opportunity to really develop short game from 100 yards and in. And then both the golf courses that we are able to play in the home golf course of Spotswood seems like it sets up really well for women's golf. Good thing. I would like to bring a family atmosphere here to JMU. I want student athletes to come here and feel like this is their home away from home and feel comfortable developing their golf game, feel comfortable with school, feel like they're taken care of in every way that they possibly can be, but also give them the chance to grow and develop as young adults. I've been through it all. I've been from where I started as a walk-on, trying to play at the top level I could in college golf, to playing at the top level you can in the sport. And knowing now what not to do is very helpful in helping players develop. If there is a player that wants to play professional golf, I can help them get there and hopefully be more successful than I was out there. And I think that's a benefit. You can remember that it's not always easy to make a 3-foot putt. It's easy to sit in the golf cart as a golf coach and say, well, why didn't you make that putt? If you keep playing and you keep yourself in the game, which I try to do, you remember this game is not easy. It's a difficult game, and things are going to be hard sometimes, and things are going to be not what you always want them to be, and you don't always get what you deserve. And as a coach, I have to remind my players of that on a daily basis, and hope that they enjoy the process so that at the end they can reap the rewards. I'm hoping to figure out, my biggest thing when you look at our stats, everyone that has traveled and played has shot an even round par or better. That shows that we have the ability to do it. The girls are not scared to shoot even par or better. And in women's golf, that's huge. If you can shoot even par, you're doing pretty good. My goal for the first year is to figure out how to do that more often and how to make the bad days okay days. So instead of shooting 69.82, we shoot 69.76. Because that's really where I think we are going to see improvement. I think it's going to come from mental training, which is why I hired Curtis as the assistant. He's very good with the positive side of golf. And I think just course management and figuring out how to play the game. Not necessarily how to perfect every swing, but how to play the game of golf. Well, Curtis played at High Point University in High Point, North Carolina, and he just finished up with his master's at University of Tennessee. He has worked with a number of players in developing golf. He was a good college player himself, and he actually has caddied a number of times for Drew Weaver, who won the British Am not too long ago and went to Virginia Tech. So he is very well-rounded in the game of golf, on the mental side, the playing side, and I think he's going to provide more of a stats and an analytical perspective to our coaching staff. I'm generally a feel and go with the flow kind of person, and I needed someone that was a little bit opposite of me in that sense, and he's already working on stats for the girls, so which is a good thing. That's part of the way you can get better. It is. That is a very good description for it, because it's nothing like real golf. You wake up at 4:30 in the morning, you're at the golf course until 9 p.m. at night, and you may hit 20 shots the entire day because, it's TV, you have to set up, you have to take down, you have to move holes, you have to do everything that you need to do to make the show run. It was an incredible experience. I wish I would have moved along further in it, but at the same time, it was an incredible experience and an awesome opportunity. It definitely prepared me for qualifying school that year because it was the most nerve-wracking golf I'd ever played. I was okay if you give me 18 holes and I had control of every shot, but all of a sudden You don't know what you're doing until 5 minutes before you do it. They say, go warm up for a bunker shot. You don't know if it's a 40-yard bunker shot. You don't know if it's a 150-yard bunker shot. You don't know if it's greenside bunker shot. Just warm up for a bunker shot. And then 5 minutes before you sign this piece of paper and that says that this is the competition you're doing, you do the competition and you see what happens. And that's all with 30 cameras following you. And microphones attached to you and trying to be as professional as you can, because sometimes you don't want to be professional, but it was an awesome experience. I didn't even watch mine, but this last series I did watch, and I thought it was good, and I thought each year the girls get better and better. If you look at the first series versus now, the girls truly all could compete now, whereas when it first started, it was a little bit more hit and miss because of the popularity, and now it's huge, and it's a great opportunity, and what you can win when you win now is huge. I had a great experience, but I walked away with nothing, as far as money or gift certificates or cash, and now if you watch it, even the girls that don't win have a chance to walk away with $5,000 of cash, which when you're playing mini tour golf, that's 5 weeks of travel expenses, which is huge. I think that the biggest thing, if you were to ask people that knew me before I started playing professional golf, I think the first thing that they would all say is Sarah needs to mature on the golf course. I had a really bad temper. I was a good player, but I wanted it so bad that it affected how I played golf. So when I first went out on the mini tours, I actually was very successful right away. Once I got away from a team atmosphere, that just wasn't how I thrived, which is funny now that I'm coaching team atmosphere. But I got away from that, and I was able to do my own thing. And I played well early on. I probably, of the 7 years I played, that last year when I quit, I was playing the best golf of my life. And it was because I had matured, and I realized it's not life or death. And I think that's the hardest thing for junior golfers to realize, is when you're going through the recruiting process, it seems like it's life or death. Especially the summer before your junior year, when everyone's trying to recruit you, it seems so big. But in the reality of things, everything happens for a reason. And by the end of my career, I had realized that. And I finally calmed down. I was able to accept that golf is never going to be perfect. And, I wouldn't be sitting in this position now if I had gone through the professional process of playing on the mini tours and then playing on the LPGA and knowing where I made my mistakes. I think you learn a lot from making mistakes, and that's why I don't say never, but I rarely yell at my student athletes, because it's all a process. You're going to make mistakes. You're never going to be perfect, and you hope to learn from those mistakes and move on. I just like watching golf. I just like watching people that look like they're having fun. I'd say no is the answer. I don't have a favorite. If they look like they're having fun, that means a lot to me. Just like I was watching the College World Series this past week, and all of those guys looked like they just wanted it so bad and looked like they were willing to do anything to make it happen. And that's what I like to see. There's a couple of golfers I really don't like watching, because no matter what happens, they're complaining about a putt or a spike mark or their caddy, or that's what I don't like. If someone is just having a great time and enjoying the process of it, that's what I like to see. If you put the time and effort into trying to develop your game, no matter what the end result is, A, I'm going to help you in any way I possibly can, and B, I'm going to support you in any way I possibly can. The biggest thing is I want you to want it more than I want it for you. And that's hard to find. But if I can find players that are like that, I know we can be good here. And you don't have to be perfect when you get here. But if you're willing to put the hard work in and do the things you need to do, I'll do whatever I can to help you get to where you want to go. Whether it's just to be a great college player and then go on to the business world, or it's to play professional golf. I'll do whatever I can to help you get there.